Hello, and welcome to another episode of the ADickDid podcast with your host, Jake, me. Uh, we're gonna do kind of a more update-ish episode today. I'll throw a couple stories in here and there, but we're gonna start with our Google Doodle to date the episode, and it's just the fucking seasonal holidays bullshit. It's so fucking lame. Frickin' lame. One sec, let's see what's on our Google if I open up my phone. Fuck the Google Doodle. We're looking at the Winter Contingency 3 operation launch on Halo Waypoint. Are Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki returning for a supernatural revival season? If we're going to season 16, I think that's ridiculous. Man, this is just not what I wanted, but whatever. We're gonna have to move on from that. Other than that, let's talk about some current life updates and some content work. We've been working on that YouTube. We are about to start having content every day of the week. We have Ranked Halo coming out on Mondays. We are going to have a solo and or co-op campaign video coming out on Tuesdays. I can't guarantee that it's going to be next Tuesday, but hopefully here in the next week or so we'll have that going. Wednesdays will be this podcast, obviously. Thursdays are firefight in Halo, and Friday is casual gameplay days. We might not always play Halo, but it's usually going to be casual Halo because that's kind of what we're getting into lately. Um, I'm also thinking about adding into season 2 of this podcast when that comes around in episode 12, I believe, is when we'll start season 2. I'm thinking about doing guests and doing some other stuff. I figure if I bring up guests now, I will have a couple episode time to get listener feedback on if you guys think that's a good idea or not, or if I should stick to doing this on my own. Personally, I think we'll get more quality episode length and like time filled if I have someone to bounce ideas off of. So a co-host may arise in season 2. Let me know what you think. What else? What else? I did want to mention we threw out a video of uh, me and Wizard coming up with the intro song for this podcast. In season 2, we are going to have intro and outro music, and currently the intro sound is on YouTube if you want to watch the creation process of us coming up with that. Um, Other than that, maybe we'll just hop into the episode and I'll start with a story. I was thinking of sticking with the theme of last episode where we go on to more stories of me being a dick and just out of pure joy, like enjoying it. And I was thinking about another early um, memory I have is I used to go to my mom's work a lot when I was out of school because I didn't have like I could have gone home to I guess my grandma, but she was working because she ran her own business and stuff. So typically, I would just go to her office and dink around or whatever, or I would go home and have to take care of myself when I got a little bit older. But when I was around, I want to say 7 or 8, I go to her office one day, and my dad also works in the same or worked in the same college, and he took me aside for a little bit, and we would go to the water cooler in her break room in my mom's office break room, and he would take the tip of a thumbtack and just poke the bottom of a cup, just a tiny little hole in the bottom of a cup, and then pull that cup, poke a hole in like a tiny little hole in the bottom of a bunch of cups, and then put them all back. And so anytime someone went to get water from the water cooler, we would just sit from a distance and laugh so hard at everyone being confused as to why their cup is just dripping very slowly into their hand. Because like if you just barely poke a hole, you can't even see the hole, and the water just leaks out. It was so much fun, hilarious stuff. If you're ever looking at ways to bother your coworkers, take like the thumbtack or the end of a paper clip and just poke the tiniest little hole in like the rim too, like the seam, so it doesn't look like the middle of the cup there's a hole or a puncture or anything. And you could really fuck with some people's day doing that. Had lots of fun doing that. Another thing about this episode is I'm gonna try to do things kind of as they come to my mind. I didn't have a whole lot written down for this one. Kind of a crunch time episode. So if I come in and out kind of choppy, it's because I've just taken a break to like go do something else and come back. So I do apologize if things come a little cut in and out, a little rough around the edges this episode, because I'm probably not gonna have a whole lot of time to edit it, and I'm trying to at least get this out on time so you have some kind of content. I don't know if you take the 20 minutes driving to work to listen to this or if you just do it on your lunch break, but I want you guys to have some form of content, even if it's a little in and out today. So I apologize for that. Hopefully you'll bear with me and come back next time for a better, more prepared, fully researched, good, put together episode that I've had a full week to work on. Other than that, let's maybe get into another topic or story. So this one time way back in 2009 when the original Slender Man game came out, I was playing some games with my friend, and we were on Skype, and he's playing his game. He's playing Slenderman, sorry, and I'm playing my game. I think I was playing like Skyrim or some shit at the time, and I remember I'm watching him play because it's Skype. I'm watching his face react every time he gets like jump scared, and I'm thinking to myself, this is too prime an opportunity to not take advantage of it. I'm sitting there watching, and he like right as he gets jump scared, perfect opportunity. I print screen, fucking screenshot his face, and I took that perfect like mid terror screenshot of his face, and I made it my spray in Steam. So anytime you played a Steam game, if you used a spray on like a wall, the floor, the ceiling, whatever, it would spray his fucking terrified face uh, all over everything. It was really fucking funny. I love doing that. We would play like Prop Hunt or Trouble in Terrorist Town, and I would like spray his face up on the wall just to get at him, just to irritate the shit out of him. But I hope it didn't really irritate him that much. I thought it was pretty funny though. To this day, I think that image is still my Steam picture. Yeah, it's still my Steam picture. So whenever anyone sees me come online, it's a picture of my friend getting the absolute shit scared out of him. Man, I'm starting to feel like this podcast could be called the Confessional because of all the confessions of me being a fucking asshole are coming out. Well, I mean, honestly, that's kind of where it's supposed to be. Self-reflection, learn from the past, learn from our decisions, hopefully make better ones moving forward. But speaking of being an asshole, I was wondering if maybe I should read off, like, as a segment on here for a couple moments each episode, if I could do, like, read Am I the Asshole subreddits and answer some questions until maybe I get actual responses from you guys and I could tell you guys if you're the asshole or not. Who knows? But let's see. Let's read a random one off of Reddit. Am I the asshole for not being willing to hyphenate my last name to mostly match my blended family? I, 16M, have my mom's last name. Hey, I, 27M, have my mom's last name. She and my dad were married, but she kept her last name and he kept his. That's also similar to my story. Then when I was born, I got my mom's last name. Yep, same. When I was 8, my mom died. Okay, not the same. When I was 11, my dad remarried. My little sister is 13, stepmother, blah, 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 blah. So, uh, I'm going to be honest with the context of this story, which is way too much for me to read in a podcast because it's not technically my story to tell. But, no, I don't think you're the asshole. I too kept my mother's name, and to be honest, if your mom died and you still have your mom's name, I would just keep that for sincerity's sake. Yeah, or not sincerity, what's the word? It's not sincerity. What the fuck is the word I'm thinking of? Sentimental sake. I would have kept it for sentimental sake. Hopefully in future, not hopefully, in future episodes, I will have definitely vetted these and looked through these because I want to have these a little quicker and smoother for you. And if you guys don't like the segment, then I guess I just won't do it again. But I'm hoping somebody will like this because I think this is kind of interesting. Um, am I the asshole for asking my godson to apply to a certain college that his parents don't want him to go to as a favor for me because I'm paying for his tuition? Uh, Godson is in high school. Next semester he's going to be college applications. He's going to be paying. They're going to be paying for the tuition. Uh, and he or they want them to go to a specific college regardless of their parents' wishes. And to be honest, I think if you're paying the bill, you should at least have a say in the decision. You shouldn't necessarily say, "Hey, definitively go to this college." But if you're paying for the tuition, you should at least be able to ask them to apply for that college. I don't think you're an asshole. Uh, am I an asshole for telling my parents that they abandoned me? 24, male. My parents divorced when I was 5. My parent, okay, stressed out and I would get nosebleeds. Became an overachiever in school so they didn't have to deal with me. My parents mostly stopped talking to me when I was in high school. After I graduated high school, my dad adopted a baby. Okay, yeah. I would not call you the asshole. It sounds like your parents definitely took less time uh, out of their lives for you and put that time into someone and something else. And honestly, I would call that abandonment. That's very similar to my issue in life where uh, that was two Am I the Assholes that had similar stories, backstories to my life. When I was born, my dad wasn't there, uh, and he did abandon me, technically. But then he came back when I was 10 and tried to, like, act like he was a father the whole time, and that's not how shit works. If, yeah, we're not going to get too deep into that. But my philosophy in these Am I the Asshole scenarios are you were the child, and those were adults who should have handled the scenario to make you feel cared for and wanted and loved and respected also. I don't think you're an asshole for reacting in a to your environment. Your environment was your parents didn't give you the affection you needed, and you reacted in a way that summed that up. I guess it's the best way I can explain it. Uh, I I definitely am gonna have to cut this one shorter than usual. I'm really hoping that some of the new segments and structure updates, just general fundamental changes that I'm making will extend to the quality of what I can put out. Unfortunately, it might lower the time that I have in each episode because I'm going to start doing a little more editing, cutting out uh, dead audio and other things. I'm going to try to have it structured so it's just content, content, content through the episode instead of, hearing me type or say 15 times. So yeah, I think we're gonna call it there. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. Next week we'll have a actual whole episode from beginning to end, stories, a plot, the regular structure of what I plan to do with this. Yeah, hopefully by episode 12 we'll have the outro music done too, and you'll be able to watch the making of that on YouTube. We are, like I said in the beginning, trying to put out content every day. Monday, ranked Halo. Tuesday will eventually be story mode stuff. Wednesday is this podcast, and Thursday's firefight. Friday is whatever. Fuck. Friday's casual gameplay. Yeah. Um, I'm really hoping that we can get in a better groove and get that out more smoothly maybe get a podcast or two recorded ahead of time so I'm not down to the wire like I was this time today. Thank you guys so much for listening. I really hope that this kind of whack in the middle episode doesn't push you away from coming back next week. I hope that you'll check out some of my other content, maybe even my art website. Other than that, thank you again so much for listening, not watching, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace.